This is Senior Algebra, Section 1.2. This is exponents, order of operations, and inequalities. So what are we going to do today? We're going to take a look at exponents, some rules for order of operations, grouping symbols, and some statements involving those operations and grouping symbols. So in example one, we take a look at exponents here. It says find the value of each exponential expression. In A, we have 3 squared. First thing we want to take a look at, the little 2 there is our exponent, or we refer to as the power. Either one is fine. The larger the number there, the 3, that is our base. So as you recall, and as you have had in previous sections, we say 3 squared or 3 to the second power. It means 3 times 3. Don't confuse it. Don't make the quick mistake of doing 3 times 2 and get 6. No, it's 3 times 3, which is 9. So 3 squared, 3, 2 times. 2 to the 5th. Well, that is going to be a base of 2. And we're going to multiply it by itself 5 times. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that gives us 32. The only tricky one might be C here for us, 2/3 to the 3rd power, or 2/3 cubed. Same way, we're going to write 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3. Since it's in parentheses here, everything inside that parentheses is raised to the 3rd power. So we have 8 over 27 there. Now the next thing, order of operations. You've seen this before. Let's review here a couple things. First of all, you may have seen it written a little bit differently. A lot of people write it and abbreviate it PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. We're similar to that. I'm going to write it from the top down here. Notice I have the M and the D together, the A and the S together. So my first step is my parentheses. When we talk about parentheses, that includes any type of grouping symbols here, brackets especially, parentheses. We use them we can interchange them. Any type of grouping symbols there. The second one is our exponents. So that would be exponents, any powers that we're doing, just like we did in example 1, the example of the exponents here. One you might not think of is roots. A square root is really just an exponent raised to the 1/2 power. So that would be evaluated at the same time here. The third one, MD, multiplication and division. Now, the reason I put that at the same line is we do them at the same time. Remember, division is really just multiplying by the inverse. So the confusion that I've seen is that some people will do the multiplication because it comes first. Well, no, it's whatever becomes first. We do it left to right. So if there was a division, then a multiplication, even though, the M becomes before the D when we write it out, we do them at the same time. We would do that division part first. The last one, the fourth one, would be adding, subtracting. Now remember, subtraction is just adding with negatives here, and we could, that is not as restrictive as the one above, multiplication, division. We'll take a look at that in this one here. So in example 2, we have simplifying in A, 3 plus 4 divided by 4, or 3 plus 8 divided by 4 times 2. An example of a division before a multiplication. Again, the one we're going to do, because they're the same thing, we do the one left to right, just like we're reading a book. So I'm going to do 8 divided by 4 and get 2. At this point, I have 3 plus 2 times 2. I'm going to do the 2 times 2 and get 4 there. Something to remember there, the plus sign in front of the 8, it's a positive 8 there. Remember that comes down. So we get 3 plus 4, and we're going to get 7 here. In B is a little trickier, adds a little bit more here. So looking at B, we have 12 minus 24 divided by 8 plus 2. Like I mentioned before, the negative there, the minus sign, goes to the 24. So some people will choose to rewrite it, 12 plus negative 24, divided by 8 plus 2. Okay, and that works. You can do it either way. You just have to remember that the negative does go with the 24. So it is negative 24 divided by 8, which is a negative 3. Or you could have written it as 12 plus negative 3 plus 2, either one. At this point, now I have options. I have 12 minus 3 plus 2. Okay, I can do 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. If I did it a little bit differently, if I decided to do negative 3 plus 2, as you can see there where I circled, negative 3 plus 2 is a negative 1. And then I have a 12 and a negative 1, which gives me 11. 12 minus 1 is 11. Either way, we both get 11. It doesn't matter which way you do it. If you do it that second way, you do have to remember that the negative goes with the 3 there. So in example 3, now we're going to include some brackets here. When we have brackets, parentheses, that type of stuff, we generally want to start as far inside as we can when we are simplifying these. If we have variables, it's going to be a little bit different here. But for right now, we're just dealing with evaluating some expressions. Remember, expressions, no equal sign, right? Equations have equal signs here. So we do 6 plus 5 is 11. Then, still on the inside, I have 8 plus 3, parentheses 11. Remember, it's 3 times 11, which is 33. At that point, I'm going to have 2. I'm going to add the 8 and the 33 together to get 41, and 2 times 41 gives me 82 there. In B, we have 4 times the quantity, 5 plus 3, quantity closed, plus 3, all over 2 times 3 minus 1. Now, the minor thing we have to take a look at here is that division sign there. Okay? I'm going to rewrite it a little bit differently, okay? Because some people will do the division thing before we do some of the stuff on top. So when I rewrite it, it's everything on top is in brackets, divided by everything on the bottom inside the brackets. That means I couldn't do 4 divided by 2 right away. Okay? I would want to do the 5 plus 3, get 8, plus 3, divided by, and then we can simplify 2 and 3, get 6. And then on the top, 4 and 8, that gives me 32, plus 3 is 35, divided by 5, which is going to give us an answer of 7. Things to remember, when you're simplifying there, you can do the top, then do the bottom. The last thing you should probably do is the dividing there. Okay, don't start canceling stuff out at the top and bottom. In example 4, we're translating the sentence to symbols. So 5 is equal to the difference of 8 and 3. So 2 things to look at. First thing I'm going to always look for is where is our kind of dividing. The equal sign or the inequality. Okay, is equal to, there's where my equal sign would be. 5 is on the left side. The difference. Difference means subtraction here. What 2 things am I subtracting? 8 and 3. So I have 8 minus 3. In B, I have 13 is less than or equal to 30. Okay, again, find that symbol that we're looking for, either the equal sign or the inequality. In this case, it's going to be an inequality. Is less than or is equal to. Less than or equal to. So we have the less than symbol, the or equal to part, the line underneath. On the left side, we have 13. 30 is going to be on the right-hand side. 13 is less than or equal to 30. And the last one, C, 11 is greater than 5. Again, find the symbol that we're looking for, the inequality or the equal sign. Is greater than is going to be there. We have 11 greater than 5 here. Okay. Somewhere in your notes, if you need to, you should write down what the inequalities are again if you've forgotten them. If we take a look, we have 4 inequalities. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than equal to. The first one there, greater than, just like we had in C. Greater than or equal to, the line underneath means or equal to. And then, of course, we have the less than and less than or equal to. So less than, no line underneath, means it cannot be equal to that. And less than or equal to would have the line underneath. We can change the inequality. If I looked at 11 is greater than 5, okay, if I wanted to write the equivalent inequality to that, I could switch it. So I have 11 is greater than 5. I could also say 5 is less than 11. Okay. And it is the same there. Now, would that be an acceptable answer for C, to write 5 less than 11 when it asks you to translate 11 is greater than 5? Probably not. But in terms of equivalent inequalities, that would be fine.